I have no really topic to talk about. It's Saturday today, and most of the time I talk about inside the Bible, something that is written there. And I maybe feel that I should do that in the evening, but now it's morning, and I wanted to tell you what happened after I recording the last episode. It was really special that happened, and I don't know because I have not listened to my last episode that I recorded yesterday evening. If I was talking about the taxi cab that I needed to take to the airport, and then I was talking to my daughter about it. I know that, and I was thinking that maybe is it good to take a taxi cab to the airport directly from my home and the whole way to the airport, and I don't need to sit in the taxi cab and be frightened, scared that maybe there is no taxi that take me to the airport in Malmö, in our neighbor city. I was thinking about that, and I have asked the taxi cabs what the price is for to take me from my home to the airport, and it was much money. It was like 1 day to be in the hotel, so it was much money. And I count like that when it's some bills I have to pay. Then I think about this will be that I could have this money for to pay the room at the hotel, because I don't have the full payment, the full money for to pay for the hotel room. And I live on the hope and trust God to send me those money in His special way. And then I sit and look at then about just after 12 o'clock in the night. I was thinking, 12 o'clock yesterday, I was thinking that maybe I should look at the bank account. If there is some money have coming in that I need to place them in. I have 3 accounts. I have one that is for saving money that is not connected to my bank card. That is like a hidden place to have. And so I was thinking, there is maybe some money on my bank card that needs to be placed in the saving account instead, so no one can steal it. I don't want to have much money on my bank card, because nowadays it's so easy to steal money. If they have the card, it's this chip that is on the bank card that they can take out money from it and go from store to store and by laying the bank card on the machine, and they don't need to do anything more than here in Sweden is the green button to press when they have done that. So it's coming in and take the money out from the bank account. So I don't let money lay there. So what if people can do something with, I have written my bank account on some of the episodes, and I have on my websites also the bank account's number, but that is only ID, ID, ID for the bank account card, but it's not my bank account number. It's two different. I had a bank card in United States, and it was easy to steal all the money. But here in Sweden we have had it since we have got the bank card. That the number that is on the bank card is not the real account that you can take out the money. But the chips is the bad thing. It's easy, it's good when you pay. When it's under, it's only little money to pay, then you can use the chip. But it's also a weakness in it, so I don't let money stay in my bank card. I have another place to place money in. So I look at it in the night, just after 12 o'clock in the night. And then I saw, I had not expected it, but there was money enough to pay the taxi. So once again, it was not the name who have given me those money. And people, it could not have come in so quickly into my bank account from a person that have heard that I was thinking to take the taxi from my home to the airport. And they should not have known how much money it was. And it was perfect money to pay for the taxi. And no name. And if you have placed those money for me, and I don't see who is coming from, God knows you. It doesn't matter that I see your name. It's more important that God knows that you placed in those money for me. And I thank you for that. If it was a person, or if it was in God's way to do this, because from the start, 2011 was the first time I was in Israel, and I didn't have any money to visit Israel. But suddenly it come money from. The most fun was that the money come from the tax office, much money, and it says that I had paid in too much money to them. And it was 6-7 years ago, and I was thinking, that's when I was in United States and was homeless. It could not be this with the tax. It was impossible. But I got the money. And then I had my cat pregnant, and she got 6 kittens. And it was much money for the kittens. But she could have 1 kitten. but she got full womb full of kittens that I could sell. So I got the money, and I have a think about that. And next time I was to Israel, um, I, I think it was the third time. Then I didn't get anything, money on my bank account like that. But God have told me to travel to Israel. So I was wondering, how can I get the money? Because I don't have money. I am very poor. I get the least retirement of I get the same retirement as those people that is coming from other countries and am in the age of retirement. They get the same money as me, and they got more money than me because they coming from other countries that they have run away from, and these things that make them get more money than me. So I'm very, very poor, but I get money for to have a home, and I get money to eat, and I'm so happy that I have never smoked, and I can't drink any alcoholic, and I am not going out so much for to eat because I think I can do it at home because I'm good to make food. So I don't spend so much money. So the money is okay, but I don't get any extra money out from the retirement. So how can I go to, how can I visit Israel? And then it was nothing that could come to me, but today I know it can come without anything. But in the third time, I think it was, I was talking to a mental sick, very mental sick man, and I say I'm going to. God is telling me that I should go to Israel, and I don't have any money. I don't know how to find money for to go when God is telling me to go to Israel. And then this crazy man say, I give you the money for to could travel to Israel, and then you go and buy me I think it's a chauffeur, this to play trumpet in Israel, and then you showing me how it looked like in Israel from your view, he said. So he sent me money. I was surprised that I got the money from this man, but then he started to stalk me, and he knew where I lived, but he never come, and I don't know where he is today. And so God is helping, even if he took a mental sick man, but God protect me from this man to come and kill me. And he don't know how much money he was sending to me either. So I hope he start someone else and forget me. And I have not seen him around on Facebook. He was on Facebook, and I don't know if he's still around or he's in mental hospital, because he was going into mental hospital often. And so when God want me to do something, He give me that. The whole time have it been since Israel was the first first country I visit. After that, I was very bad condition 2011, but after that it start to be my body be better because I get the medicine that the new doctor want to take away from me, and so it have always been that God provide, and I can tell it's in God's will because I get the money, and that's a way for you to pay attention to if you get this not expecting money, big money, and you don't know, you should think about it, how it's coming to you and how what God want you to do with those money you get. When you get the money unexpected, you talk to God. You thank God for the money, and then you ask God what's in His will with this money. You need to have a communication with God when you got this kind of money, and God will tell you. He will tell you immediately, or He will show that in a dream for you. So don't take it for granted that money is coming unexpected. So that's my advice to you, and there is a spirit on me now, and see if he is saying something. It's a strong spirit that touch me, but it's not around me and in me. It was like it touched me only, and I think it was a confirm in what I was telling you, that you always should not take anything for granted. That one big thing God have taught me through these 22 years, that you should not take anything for granted, not even that you can breathe. You should not take that for granted, because there is people that struggle in to breathing, and they should be very happy if they could breathe on their own. So don't take anything for granted. You thank God. You don't need to thank God all the time, but you thanking God that you wake up in the morning, and then talk to God before you go to bed. And then if there is something to talk to God about, then you do it. But at least you talk to God in the morning and in the night before sleep, and ask, like I do every evening now, is it to ask God to not make evil things coming in the night and wake me up. And they have wake me up 2 times this week in the night, but it was about this, to travel to Israel. And this night it didn't come anything, so I asked in the evening to let me could sleep the whole night, and I did. So I communicate with God about it to stop it, because I can do that in a light. When I'm awake, I can communicate. And it was only this, before I fall to sleep, there was unexpected money. But all money is God's money, so I thank God for the money I got, and that make me understand. The money make me understand that it was the right thing to do. I don't have anyone to talk about these kind of things with. I have no one to talk to about this, what's going on in life. I am by myself, and I can talk to today in heaven about things, and they answer me on many things, but I don't want to talk to them all the time. It's only very important things to make decision on that I ask them, or the other things then that belong to the normal life. That decision I have to do, make it on my own. You should not take God's name in vain, and that means also all those that is in God's kingdom. You should not ask them about everything in your life. God has given you a brain to think with, and you remember experience you have had in your life that was a bad decision you have made, and then you don't do it again. A good decision that had a good outcome, then you can repeat it as it is in your own decision to make. You have very much responsible in yourself. The Spirit is touch me now when I say that. You have your own responsible inside you. It's not hanging. Everything is not dependent on what's you hear from heaven. It's also what you can hear from your inside, the experience you have in life that you carry with you, and that's what you can discuss and make decision about, what you have experienced, what you know, so you don't need to go to heaven to ask for their opinion. You have it, many things you have inside yourself. Don't go on the outside the whole time. Go inside you and take the knowledge and decision also. So that's what I wanted to tell you, that I feel today that that everything is going to be all right, because God is with me, and God wants me to do something in Jerusalem. And I know I should touch the Golden Gate and have contact with that doctor. I have not got any response yet, but I will see what God wants me to do. Or is it only a test for the doctor? And I have not got any cancer yet in my pancreas. So maybe I will never get the cancer in my pancreas. that is only a test on this doctor. I don't know. I will know it later on. Time will tell. Always time will tell. Sooner or later. Thank you and God bless you. And if you listen at just now in the morning, I wish you a very nice, blessed day today.